Developing this hour, more Americans are now calling white nationalism a danger to the country. In a new poll taken in the days following the two deadly shootings, 47% of voters say white nationalism is a critical threat to the country. That's 10% higher compared to a survey in March. Joining me now, Washington Representative Denny Heck, a member of the House Intelligence Committee. Congressman, I thank you for your time this afternoon. Talk about your time on the Intel Committee here. Just how critical do you view this threat of white nationalism to our country today?
It's a very serious threat, as a matter of fact, Francis. But, you know, it's always been a struggle in this great nation of ours, the longest-running democratic experiment on the globe, to become as truly multiracial and multicultural as we are. It's hard work. We've done it better than any other country, but it's not like our work is done. The truth of the matter is it is tough, and we have to stay at it. And we have a spike in concern here as it relates to the behavior and, frankly, the rhetoric out of the White House.
Yeah, we're talking about that. And in response, you have some 2020 candidates sounding off this week on it. Let's remind our viewers about it and play it.
Is the president a white supremacist?
He is. He's also made that very clear.
He's a man who cozies up to the white supremacists. He calls them fine fellows. He can't keep trying to stir this up, give aid and comfort, be embraced by the white supremacists, and then say, oh, but not me. No, he's responsible. He's the president of the United States.
Do you believe the president is a white supremacist?
Dictionary and textbook definition of a white supremacist is somebody who believes that Caucasian people are innately superior to people who are not Caucasian. And yes, of course, it's inarguable the president is a white supremacist. But I think what's important to point out here, Francis, is this is not rhetoric that he is engaging in of a short-term nature and as a matter of political convenience. This has been his behavior over a very long period of time, predating his days as a candidate or as an occupant of the White House, dating back to the Central Park Five, dating back to his landlord practices. And I would, for example, compare and contrast that with other positions he's taken, such as on reproductive rights. He's been on both sides of that issue any number of times. It's clearly a matter of political convenience for him, not true of this kinds of racist attitude and behavior. This is who he is. And by definition, it is white supremacy.
And, sir, do you think because of that he bears a responsibility for these mass shootings that we just saw?
So he's absolutely engaging in behavior that could incite that result. And as a matter of the fact, when he talks about the immigration challenge that strains our system as being an invasion and an infestation, and that language is directly picked up by the perpetrator, for example, in El Paso, then it's pretty easy to draw a line between those two dots. In any event, it's hate-filled rhetoric, and it's not helpful, and he should cease and desist.
All right. Moving forward, while I have you here, when we're seeing calls for something to be done, action taken on gun control, we know Mitch McConnell's take on it, too, and not budging and calling the rest of Congress to come out of recess here. Where do you see it going?
So the Senate should reconvene themselves immediately and pass the two measures relating to background checks that the House passed way back in February, 6 months ago. In the instance of one of them that extends the waiting period from 3 days to 10 days, we know as a matter and as a point of fact that could have helped in the Charleston church slaying of 9 innocent people, because the perpetrator was issued the gun because they came up against the 3-day waiting period in federal law now. So it will save lives. Passing these two measures will save lives, and I think it's morally incumbent upon the Senate to reconvene itself and pass those two measures.
All right. Congressman Denny Heck, as always, great to have you to chat with me this afternoon. Thank you. Good to see you.